Nobody but me.
So you love your kids.
Yes.
You want your kids to be with you. So you think your husband would take your kids from you?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't think he would agree with this at all, right?
No.
Okay. So what are your greatest fears regarding the outcome of this situation?
I would leave my husband because I no longer love him and I feel suffocated being in the bed with him. Repeat the question again.
What your greatest fears?
My greatest fear is that my husband and my parents and my husband would disown me and take my children.
So that's your greatest fear?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that worries you about this whole situation? Yes. What about your kids? How do you think your kids will react to this type of situation?
Well, I feel that that's something that they don't know nothing about, and the only thing they do know is the only people they have is me and their father. So I feel like my kids will resent me for a bit.
So you think your kids won't agree with it either because all they know is you and their dad?
Yes.
Okay, so what concerns you the most about this situation? Other than, what is it? Is it your family situation as far as your mom and your dad, your husband, or the kids?
I feel it's the kids. I'm so worried about my kids more than anything, but I feel like I'm scared to confront my husband with it because I feel like he would really try to take me, and I don't want to have to go through court about my kids just because I choose to be with, the same sex.
So with another woman?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to divorce your husband and have a relationship with this other woman?
Yes, I do.
Is that the plan?
Well, that's not my plan, but my plan is just to leave him. But I would love to be with Sarah.
Okay. So, if everything was to turn out in your favor, how will it affect your life? Positive or negative?
I feel both because the negative side would be my husband and my family reaction. The positive side is that I'll be happy. So my happiness means everything to me. So I'm willing to go through the negative to receive the positive.
Okay, so what about your children's life? How do you think their lives would change? Well, we know it would be a change, but how do you think their lives would change? Do you think they will be able to cope, transitioning into a whole different lifestyle other than the one that they grew up with, being so young? Or do you think that it will affect them? Because the oldest is 8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I feel like it'll affect my oldest and maybe my middle child because they 8 and 5. I feel like that, they know their daddy, they'll miss their daddy a lot, and then them living apart from their father be so much different and a very big change for them.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like they'll be affected the most. But my 2-year-old, I feel like that, they'll be okay.
Okay, so you think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that your kids will have an issue? Like, set aside you leaving your husband and starting this whole new life. Do you think that they will have an issue now or later with being in the household with you and another woman?
No, because me personally, as their mom, I wouldn't let them know who my partner actually is. They just think that, somebody living with us.
So you think that'll be healthier for them, not knowing?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because I want my children to make their own options. Choose their own path in life. Don't look up to me as their mother. Just let them choose their own path. So I feel like if we stayed together, they probably are knowing that, they probably figure it out later on, but I don't feel like I should just straight up put that on the table.
So if you don't straight up put it on the table and they figure it out later on in life, do you think that it would affect them more versus coming straight out and letting them know what's going on, like being honest with them from the beginning?
No, I don't think that it would affect them because they'll be old enough to understand why I did what I did, just to protect them.
Okay, so so all this, we're gonna back it up a little bit, cause do you think that your anxiety and your depression is stemmed from this whole situation, or was it something that already pre-occurred? And what I mean by that is, you said you've been having these feelings towards women since you were 15, right? Getting married to a man, knowing that you wanted to be with a woman, did it start there, or have all this just started when you met Sarah? Was it any doubts, or I don't love my husband anymore before Sarah, or did all this happen once you met her?
I think once I met her, because, before I just, dealt with whatever was going on, I already accepted the fact that I married him. You know what I'm saying? I accepted the fact that, I wasn't want to act out on my situation of being, like women. Get what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden I meet this lady that I'm really attracted to. Now it just made me turn my back on, what's home.
Okay, so it's like you just seeing this whole different lifestyle, and that's the route that you want to go.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's the whole outcome? You came to counseling, so you took the first step. What's your whole outcome? Do you think you and your husband will be able to communicate? Do you think you will be able to sit down with your husband? Will it be something that you will be able to do at home, or do you feel like it would have to be something that you did in the comfort of a session? It's like this one.
I think the session would be more appropriate because I don't feel like I could tell him at home because he might flip out.
So, you don't think y'all can have this conversation at home?
No.
Okay. So, do you think John and your parents will be open to coming to the session?
I could try to convince them, but I don't think so.
So, what if you didn't tell them why? You just told them that you was... Do they know you coming to counseling? Do John know? Do your parents know that you having counseling sessions?
No.
They don't know at all.
Mm.
Okay, so would it be of a comfort level to tell him and your parents that you're having these counseling sessions and that you just wanted to come in? Do you think they will be open to that? Maybe. Okay, so we're going to set that as a goal. I don't know if that would be something you'll be ready to do right off the bat. Do you think you need to do a few sessions individually first, or you really want to just get straight into it as far as having a family session?
Maybe a couple more sessions.
A couple more sessions. So that would be the goal. So we'll continue having a couple more individual sessions, and then once you're ready, we'll bring John in. Would you like to do it all together, or is this something that you would be able to do with John alone and then your parents alone, or all together? And what I mean by that is, do you think that if, say for instance, you bring John in first and you have a session with him, do you think that if you told him in this that he would run and tell your parents without you being able to tell them in a setting like this? How would that work? How would you want that to work?
I mean, I think he probably would go ahead and tell them since they introduced us.
So you would want to do a session all together?
Yes.
Okay. So that's our goal. So the next couple of sessions we'll do individual, just me and you, and then we'll work our way into bringing them into the session so we can talk to them as well.
Okay.
So that's the end of our session today, and I'll see you the next time, okay?
All right. Okay. Thank you.